Yeah, please sit down. Am I audible to all of you online? Can you just confirm this, please? Am I streaming fine? We're just starting off with our session. Any questions you have about the streaming? Let me know. Say something, yes, no, okay. Love coach is okay. We also have some of you on the YouTube also. You also can let me know if I am audible to all of you. Okay, fine, fine. Right then, let's get started. So thank you for joining us, all of you, online and offline. I know it's very hot. Heat waves. Hi, Shivani. Good evening. Good afternoon. And not easy to sit down offline. So fine, it's okay if some of you have chosen to sit online. The purpose of today's workshop is help you plan and help you understand the whole GS preparation process. This is end of May almost now, and I'm presuming most of you are giving your examination attempt in 2025, and whatever time you have starting from now up till the next May, which is 12 months, how will you organize your preparation? And this session is free for all. All of you are welcome to interact with us. Hello, Khushi, Shivani, both of you, good afternoon. So the objective of this was, we wanted to put you on a track, tell you exactly what you should do. And there is one common, I'll not say complaint, a concern I have, which I've shared with some of you already, is that while you all aspire for such a big career, you all aspire to become planners, policy makers, administrators. In many ways, some of you will go on to shape India's development trajectory, India's foreign policy priorities. At this stage of the preparation, we expect that you should also be thinking aspirants. Aspirants who know what to study, aspirants who know how to prepare, aspirants who are clinical in evaluating what is right and what is wrong, and not simply mechanically joining courses, not mechanically being part of a class and waiting for the class to complete, not becoming part of a process of course and waiting for the course to get over. So you have to start thinking. You have to be honest about how much efforts you need, honest about how much time you have, okay, and do your work meticulously. We are not the only ones who are providing courses. We are not the only ones who are out there, okay, as an institute. But I think where I value myself a bit differently along with our team is that I am genuinely invested in the process. Do your work properly. Okay, so with that high level intent sharing, this workshop is to help you prepare whatever way you want. You want to self-study, that's your choice. You're part of some other institute, even then you can use what we're telling you. And if you think we're reliable enough, trustworthy enough to come and join us in the process, you're more than welcome. Either ways, I think as teachers, as institutes, somewhere it's our business to help you understand and not mechanically keep selling courses. Okay, so see that something of open discussion for your GS. Is it? It's not the PPT then. It's okay, fine, no problem. So let's start off now. So for the GS, first step, and I will suggest all of you, online, offline, keep some pen, paper handy with you. and jot down whatever insights you get. It's not a course I am dealing with, but the process of preparation. So keep writing down whatever you can, be alert there. Okay? The first step is, let us know a bit about the GS syllabus. I think that's the first. So 4 papers: geography, history, society, culture. Paper 2 has polity, governance, social justice, development, and IR, international relation. Paper 3 has economy, development, science and technology, environment, disaster management, internal security. GS4 has ethics, integrity, aptitude. Although they are separately given, most of us know the whole thing as ethics. And we also have one paper called essays. So this is the distribution. Hi Amulya, welcome. I just started the session with declaring the objective that today's session, today's workshop is primarily to educate you what is it that you need and how should you prepare for the prelims and the mains and how to deal with the GS syllabus. Okay, so I just started off there by telling you the syllabus first. आप सबको ये syllabus याद होना चाहिए and even the details. Okay, having said that, your examination is not simply about academic proficiency. This kind of course, if you look at the course and if you add up everything, is as good as 4 or 5 degrees, graduate degree courses you are into. Each subject is a good amount of content that you study in the graduation. History ka syllabus utha lo, take up polity, take up governance, take up IR, take up geography. There's a good almost 50-60% of content that you will learn is good enough to give you a very good rank in your graduation. So when you study that kind of scope, you need to have a mindset, a clinical mindset, which is questioning, asking questions, which is challenging yourself into timelines. The preparation process is not a mechanical process of course completion. I'm referring to the Battle of Plassey. 1757, Robert Clive with him had only 3,000 soldiers, a mix of European soldiers, local sepoys, not much of cannon, not much of cavalry, a very small army. And he was facing Siraj-ud-Dawla, who had more than 50,000 soldiers, a very good, strong cavalry, armory, cannons. He was far more stronger. Why Robert Clive won the battle is not simply a game of courage, determination. Okay, it's not simply a game of intent. He wanted to win. Aisa nahi hai. A very big reason why he won the battle was he used a strategy. Okay, so whenever I ask people, tell me, to succeed in examination or to such anything, what do you need? A common answer I get is, sir, we need to work hard. Sir, we need to be disciplined. Sir, we need to be honest. That's fine. But a very important part of these games or these wars or these competitions is you need to have a strategic mindset. I mean, if you look at the story of Babur winning against Ibrahim Lodhi, you look at the story of how Alexander defeated Porus. In more recent times, you talk about even cricket matches. Australia winning the World Cup, last one, it was not that Australia was a better team. Indian team was far better. In fact, I keep telling this to my students, I have been watching live World Cup since 1980s. And this type of a strong team, the batsmen are in form, the bowlers are firing. Bowlers like Mohammad Shami is literally unplayable. and very good fielding, confidence all-time high, self-belief very high. But final match mein, Australia wins the game. And believe me, it was not because Australia was a better team, but Australia strategized better. Okay, the way they played Travis Head, the way Pat Cummins chose to bat first and ball later. So I'm trying to emphasize the fact, apart from your good work, good intent, all skill, knowledge, बहुत important part है strategy. When I say strategy, I mean some kind of planning, some kind of organizing your day, your efforts. UPSC needs lot of strategizing because you're talking about an examination that's spread over almost 2 years. इतना सारा पढ़ना है, you cannot study anything randomly. Okay, so I have lot of belief that you have to move from course completion towards a strategy-based preparation. And that's what our theme of today's workshop is. कि आपके preparation का strategy क्या होना चाहिए? Okay. So having said that, what are the elements of a strategy? See, when I say very broadly, what does the word strategy mean? Basically, some kind of a long-term plan where more or less your choices are well thought of, more or less you have anticipated what all challenges you might face and how you will deal with it. Strategy means you exactly know what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and how can you build on your strengths while also try to ensure your weaknesses are addressed. That's your strategy. Not simply किताब खोल के पढ़ने बैठ गए. किताब खोला भी है तो क्या पढ़ना है, कितने समय पढ़ना है, अगर आंसर लिखना भी है कौन सा आंसर लिखना है, अगर हमें 8 घंटा मेहनत करना ही है वो 8 घंटे में हम क्या फोकस करें, फर्स्ट 3 months what, next 3 months what, when does my revision start, by when my course should be over. Unfortunately, neither institutes talk about it, nor do us teachers talk about it, और बच्चे पूछना ही नहीं जानते हैं because they do not know what to ask. So my initiation here is, these are some elements of a strategy. And be very honest about it. What do you think, by when should the courses or some type of study get over? Time पता होना चाहिए. There's a 80-20 rule, and this applies for an entire life. 80% of marks come from 20% of syllabus. 20% effort will give you 80% of results. ये हर जगह काम होता है. 20% of friends will give you 80% benefits. In everything there is a 80-20 rule. So अगर आप पहले से जान लेते हो कि यार यही 20 में मेरा 80 वाला काम बन जाएगा, you are home. I insist on this fact. Those who qualify are not necessarily more knowledgeable. Those who qualify are smarter ones who understand how to read, what not to read faster than others. So if you can know this right now, your preparation will become a bit more manageable. Okay, so 80-20 rule. Then static में कितना ध्यान दें, current affairs में कितना ध्यान दें. I find students year after year killing themselves on current affairs. ये किताब पढ़ लिया, वो वीडियो देख लिया, 5 न्यूज़पेपर खोल के बैठ गए. Ultimately, nothing is happening. You should know which topic में current affairs more important है, which topic में static more important है. In the prelims, which subject will give you more mark from static? In the prelims, which will give you more mark in current affairs? Have an idea there. What are the key concepts? I was discussing with Banke sir. Geography, in economy, there are more than 187 concepts, if you list down from the micro tags. But most questions come from only 20-25 concepts. तो अगर आपको पता है ना कि वही 25 आने वाला है, put your heart and soul inside that. So static concepts, key concepts, and references. What can you read? What you should avoid? what you can focus on, what sources, and I'm always of a firm belief that even if you join classes, you must have something to go back and read from. And mostly, these references are not supposed to be the material given by the institutes. In many cases, the references must be the proper book itself, be it NCERT books, maybe some books like Lakshmikant. Usme bhi you should know kaun se page mein dhyan dena chahiye. That's what I mean by a GS preparation strategy. One of you asked me a couple of days ago, so what can be the strategy to score even higher marks, to breach the marks some of them have got? The answer is work on a strategy. If you know what to prepare and how to prepare, your work is done. Okay? So, the 4 papers of GS. Yeah, by the way, online students who are on YouTube and even otherwise, this PPT I think is a very important part of this discussion. And I'm willing to share the entire PPT with you. So if you want your PPT for your preparation, online guys, you can fill up that form and we'll mail it across to you. You can use it at your convenience. And offline guys, we have your details, we'll mail it to you. Okay? So you can use it for your future references. Okay. Now, of the 4 papers, the strategy right now is, this can wait for some time. Ethics, integrity, aptitude, abhi is pe dhyan nahi dena. Okay. It will happen eventually. Of the 3 papers, we think these are the more important, 6 topics you must focus on, which is paper 1 mein geography and history, paper 2 mein economy, science tech, environment, and paper 2 mein polity, and even governance you can go a bit slow. So if you want to clear your prelims, this is the most important. And even for the mains, this will have a sizable proportion, almost 60-70% of marks is from these 5-6 topics. Yeah, Ganesh, you also will get it. Okay, we have the details. We'll share the PPT with you too. No worries. Okay, so all of you, this is your priority. Those who are starting from the month of June, then focus more on these first: polity, geography, history, economy, science tech, and environment. Okay. Now, this is a very important timeline. For some of you, I already have shared this in some other workshop. We are in 24. I presume all of you are preparing for prelims 25. This is the month of Feb, March, April. Okay. So, April, May, June, this is the prelims month, May month, in all likelihood. September is the mains. And you are somewhere here, 2024, May khatam ho raha hai. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 year before you go for the prelims. Okay? In this 1 year, I would expect that you should spend 4.5 months for prelims preparation alone. So if the month of May is the prelims year, at least start the prelims from Jan, Feb onwards, not later than that. For some of you, I can suggest start from December if you can, because prelims definitely is a bigger monster. Prelims requires some techniques of elimination, answering, and so on. And you have just 2 to 3 months. To be exact, you have less than 90 effective days before the mains, like after your prelims. This year, you'll have even lesser month because of elections, the time has shifted. So let these timelines be, and for those who are giving the examination later, see, if you give the examination 26, then your course content command must be over by 25 end. If you are giving the examination 27, the course command must be done by 26 end. You need about 4.5 months for preparation for the prelims. if I keep this as the goal, which means your GS, your optional, your foundations, and even some of the tests, if you can finish by December, January, you are in a comfortable position. But then I said, if you run short of time, focus more on those 6 areas, which is history, geography, polity, economy, environment, and science and tech. Those are the core areas because they give you the bulk of almost 90% more of prelims content and almost 60% of your mains content. Okay, focus on that. So I have these timelines with you. Okay, ready? Now I've explained the overall process of preparation. I'll ask each of our faculty specialists. They will tell you how to deal with history, how to deal with polity, what areas. They'll show you some data also about how the questions have been asked. And please be alert to note down as these data come across. Fine? They have set the pace. I think Uttam, that's you. Yeah, please. So we have with us our history and polity faculty, Uttam, and Uttam Verma. He has a very good understanding because he has a way of analyzing how questions have been asked. One thing I'm very proud of my team is that we have focused on an exam-oriented process. I insist that they must know exactly क्या questions आते हैं and don't teach a subject randomly. Okay, so Uttam, okay, you guys taking on now. Yeah, online and offline. Correct. Yeah. So you'll take up history first.
Yes.
Polity.
Then policy.
Fine, whatever. Fine, it's all yours. Start off.
Good afternoon, all of you. Good afternoon, Ganesh. Good afternoon, Shashi. So we'll deal with history now. So first is subjects within history. If we see under history, there is art and culture, there is ancient history, medieval history, then modern history, post-independence history, then world history. Okay? After that, we'll see the weightage of history. If we see the weightage, of AMAC, which is ancient, medieval, and art and culture, it is around 11 questions. It is around 11 questions per year. ठीक है? Last 5 years का data है ये. And if we talk about modern history, then we have 5.6. तो round off करके 6. Clear? So around 17% or 17 questions out of 100 questions are from history in prelims we are talking about. Clear? Now, see the syllabus of detailed syllabus of history. In prelims, in history, it is just written that Indian national movement and history of India. Okay? Prelims is very broad. Syllabus of prelims in history, just see history of India and Indian national movement. See, it is very broad. Okay? And in mains, we have detailed kind of syllabus. Indian culture, modern history, freedom is खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है, right? इस वजह से when Bassi also prepared, he also है ना किया एक जन्म किया क्या? Is this from one life, right? Because see, वो खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा, it took पूरा whole slide, right? So you have to prepare this, ठीक है? But you are seeing the weightage, कितना है? Around 17%. The question arises how to do it, and what is the return on investment here? So as sir was telling, 80-20 rule, which is formally called as Pareto principle. It is called as 80-20 rule, which is called as Pareto principle. In UPSC terms, it means if you focus on 20% of the syllabus, okay, which is core syllabus, it will fetch you 80% of the marks because 80% of the question सिर्फ 20% of the syllabus से आता है, and vice versa. Like 80% of the syllabus will give you 20% of the questions. ठीक है? अब the question arises कि how to find this 20%. Clear? How to find this 20%. IPL देखा आपने अभी recent final. At least you know KKR जीती. At least you know, right? क्यों जीती? पिछले साल 7th आई थी. Last year it was on 7th ranking. And same SRH also it was on last. ठीक है? This year they played final. Why? They applied sort of this because they just tweaked. They just focused on right things. For example, in KKR, they brought mentor. कौन? Gautam Gambhir. A bit of external players like Mitchell Stark. And rest, what they did? Abhishek Nayyar, build the core team of Indian bowlers. So बहुत radical change नहीं किया, very minute changes, and they won the title. Similarly, हम लोग UPSC में भी 80-20% रूल लगाते हैं. अब you can say that ये तो थ्योरी की बात हो गई, है ना? अब ये implementation कैसे पता चलेगा? तो I myself has applied this and I achieved results. This is my mark sheet of 2020 prelims. You can say, I think it's visible or not, I don't know. This is 131.98 and CSAT 75.83. तो यहाँ मैंने अप्लाई किया था ऑन द GS1. CSAT मत जाओ, ठीक है? इट्स कंपेरेटिवली लेस, बट यस आई वाज एबल टू क्वालिफाई, ठीक है? बट यू सी इट वाज अराउंड 131.98 which was one of the highest during that time. Clear? So this method works. और मेथड होंगे जो काम करते हैं, no doubt, but this method is a sure shot tested strategy. That's what you want. Clear? Now come to this question कि what how you will know कि ये 20% कौन से हैं, है ना? Syllabus से and by PYQs we can find out, ठीक है? So we have made this chart for you. If you talk about modern India, these topics, इससे modern India के पूरे questions prelims and mains बन जाएंगे. If you prepare this, for example, अगर आपने स्पेक्ट्रम पढ़ी होगी, बहुत मोटी बुक है, राइट? है ना? बहुत ज़्यादा मोटी बुक है, एंड उसको रिटेन करना, नोट्स बनाना, इट्स वेरी टफ एंड डिफिकल्ट. बट इफ यू फोकस ऑन दीज टॉपिक्स फर्स्ट, right? Or if you are studying and focusing on these topics, making notes, solving questions, then you are basically, you will be able to make it. You will be able to solve modern history questions easily. Clear? तो ये आपको topics हम दे देंगे, right? Similarly, when you talk about polity, ये clear है? ये clear है? About modern history, what are the important topics? ये मिल जाएगा, don't worry. But how to find in each and every subject? You have to scan through syllabus, you have to scan through PYQs. ठीक है? ये clear है क्या करना है हर सब्जेक्ट में? Now we'll talk about polity. ठीक है? Same polity का syllabus देखते हैं, but in excluding IR है ये, right? GS2 minus IR is this. We have constitution, we have polity, we have governance, and then social justice. Before heading forward, ठीक है? Let's understand कि why syllabus is designed in this way. ठीक है? Constitution is a book or is an ideology given by our constitution makers, ठीक है? Mind makers of the constitution. Fine. They created political systems. They created political systems, organs of state, your legislature, your judiciary, your executive. Why they created? To attain goals of social justice. At last poverty eradication aim है, right? है ना? At last economic inequality को minimize करना aim है, right? At last welfare of the vulnerable section चाहिए. तो एम ये है, एम इज सोशल जस्टिस. हाउ वी विल अटेन इट? थ्रू गवर्नेंस, थ्रू बेटर गवर्नेंस. इसी के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो ना, राइट? दैट यू विल बी एबल टू सर्व, you will be able to implement the schemes better and policies better at the ground level. Fine. So the syllabus is designed in such a way. ठीक है? मतलब you have to read first polity, then constitution, then polity, then basically social justice and governance का mix to understand this GS2 better. Clear? Now in polity same 80% 20% rule लगाएंगे, that Pareto principle, that 80-20 rule, in which these topics are important. For example, parliament is very important. ठीक है? You have state legislature as important. You have bodies very important. तो इसका weightage दिया हुआ है. Clear? अब एक example लेते हैं. For example, we talk about bodies, parliament, है ना? Talk about mains के questions. You'll see parliament as a theme is being repeated every 1 year, every 2 year, even every year basically mano. Clear? You can see, explain the structure of parliamentary committee system. Parliament as a theme is repeated. How far we have the financial committee helped in the institutionalization of Indian Parliament. Then once a speaker, always a speaker. Under Parliament, Lakshmikant पढ़ा होगा I guess, थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ा होगा, थोड़ा बहुत idea होगा. उसके अंदर there are different institutions. Speaker is one such institution. ठीक है? तो question is again from that Parliament chapter. Same individual parliamentarian role as a national lawmaker is on decline, which has impacted the quality of debates. Same Parliament. ठीक है? 2019. Why do you think the committee are considered to be useful for parliamentary work? Again, parliamentary committee का फिर से question repeat हो रहा है, ठीक है? In 4-5 years. So parliament as a theme is very important, especially for mains as well as for prelims. If we talk about prelims questions, you will see the same trend. These are from the parliament as a theme. So what I am saying is, Lakshmikant इतनी मोटी book होगी, but if you are unevenly reading it, मतलब if you are reading some topics earlier, you are preparing these topics earlier, ठीक है, you will be in far better position than others, ठीक है. For example, अभी क्या होता है, first page से start करते हो पढ़ना, right? You start reading from the first page, and हमेशा जब 20th page में होंगे, maybe you will feel tired, right? तो उसके बाद के whatever preparation you have done, post that, उतने अच्छे से होते नहीं है, ठीक है. Then again after 1-2 months when you start reading this Lakshmikant again or your Polity book, other books, फिर से वो वैसे ही करते हो, है ना. तो हमेशा क्या हो रहा है, those early 20 pages अच्छे से prepare हो रहा है, but what about the other pages? So what I am telling you is you need to focus unevenly, ठीक है. Focus on those topics which are being asked again and again. Clear? So you can see in prelims also these questions which are from Parliament, Attorney General, fine. Then Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha, then parliamentary democracy के बारे में पूछा है, comparison with British model, then MP-led scheme, ठीक है. Very recent questions है. Clear? So what you need to do is scan through syllabus and have a hold on PYQs. Clear? At last, I would just like to say, कि ना, don't give up, just लगे रहो. JP का, have you seen वसेपुर? Right? JP की हालत थोड़ी खराब थी, but I am saying that बेटा हो जाएगा, सिर्फ लगे रहो, ठीक है. Just keep doing your work, follow the process, control the controllables, and you'll be good. Fine. Thank you. Now we have Bake sir will give insights on economy. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, am I audible now? Okay, okay. Sorry, those attending of online. Okay, Ganesh, Pooja. Okay, am I audible? Okay, I'll repeat again. Okay, but okay. So prelims, about 17 questions are being asked on an average. Okay, so let me check. Okay, ठीक है. Okay, so just wait for 2 minutes. Something technical happening somewhere. Okay. Are we audible? Am I audible now? Okay, I'm audible. Okay. Am I audible? Okay, okay. I'm audible to everybody? Okay. Now okay? ठीक है. UPSC की दुनिया, there is somebody. Okay, ठीक है. You have spent our lives in UPSC की दुनिया, so welcome to that दुनिया. Hope you will exit this दुनिया as soon as possible. हो गया, चल रहा है. Okay. So, ठीक है. So in prelims about 17 questions, that's 34 marks. Okay, and in mains about 100 marks. And in mains, you all know that it is sitting there with in GS3 with other subjects. Okay, science and tech, security, and others. But out of 250 marks, there 100 marks is economy. First, and I think in today's discussion, I will focus more on prelims aspect of it. Okay. See, whole economy syllabus can be divided into concepts of economy, जिसमें रुपया पैसा का बात होता है. We talk about money. Okay. The second is Indian economy. Okay. When that money is given in the hand of people, how people use it. That's people of India. Okay. So economy is about money and the people. Okay. Psychology of people and circumstances people find themselves in. Okay. These two things. And then of course the current themes. Okay. Current themes finds its place everywhere. Okay. यहाँ भी है, यहाँ भी है. In prelims, almost 80% of the question, if I talk about prelims, almost 80%, okay, just to fit the Pareto, maybe 75%, maybe 85%, okay, the exact percentage is not that relevant, but a vast percentage, okay, is asked from concepts of economy, okay, and then maybe 20% is asked from Indian economy in prelims. So nowadays questions on, some question on agriculture might be asked, some question on government schemes, okay. But prelims is predominantly about concepts of economy. When we talk about mains, concepts of economy, I cannot say that no question are asked. At times questions do come there, but it's not even 80%. It's 90% of mains is Indian economy. Okay, so what is happening in Indian economy, what is happening in employment scenario, agriculture ka growth, manufacturing, why we are not yet manufacturing giant, okay, the poverty, the increasing inequality, how to deal with it, infrastructure challenges, okay. So all those things are in mains mostly. So 90% of it is Indian economy. And then current affairs, we will talk about it. ठीक है, तो बेसिक फंडा क्लियर है कि प्रीलिम्स में कहाँ से क्वेश्चन आएगा. 80% is concept, okay, and the mains is more than 90% Indian economy, okay. Now, I have seen people, not only I have seen people, I myself have done this, that we are obsessed about current affairs, okay, and one of the things is a static portion is relatively boring, that once you read it, then you have to revise the same thing again and again, it gets boring, right. Current affairs, on the other hand, is fresh every day. Every day you see a new in newspaper something new happening, and you are running behind that. Okay, the adrenaline rush it's giving you, and that there lies the problem. We have to ask ourselves to what extent it is important. I'm not saying that one thing is not important. We have to understand to what extent, so that you can optimize कि कितना करना है. ठीक है. This is prelims, okay, this is prelims, this is year, okay, यहाँ से शुरू है 2013, this is 2013, this is 2023, okay. So we are moving it in this direction, in terms of time we are moving in this direction, and this okay, y-axis is percentage of static themes. Okay. Total marks में कितना % marks was asked from static portion. So if you see, and somewhere here will be 50% mark, somewhere here. Overall, you will see that 8 out of 11 times, more than 50% of the question in prelims comes from a static portion. Okay. At times, so if you'll go to 2013, it's 100%. एक भी question पूछा ही नहीं. Okay. That's it. Then in 2023, it was about 56 something around %. 2020. ऐसे करके. So one take home message is for prelims, static is very, very important. But then you have to take this with pinch of salt. Okay, 2016, 2017, those years were current heavy papers, not just economy. Every paper you will see, those were current heavy papers. So like in 2017, we see, think about 25-26% only static, rest was that. Okay, so what to do? What is the conclusion? Okay, conclusion is, number one, focus on static. Okay, so don't get obsessed with current affairs. It does not mean, I'm not telling you to get allergic with newspapers. Don't get allergic with newspaper. Okay, but don't run after that. Okay, initially. So that's first. And once you got the command over the static portion, once you have read static portion, once you can solve PYQs of a static portion, then you know that now you have that in command. And then you can start focusing more on current affairs thing. The Devendra sir will talk more how to tackle current affairs more intelligently, how not to run around the facts like Gucci mushroom. Okay, so that those things will see. Understanding some fundamental concepts and its application is the key. Okay, in economy, what happens, even aspirants who have already given exam 2-3 times, okay, even they say that when the conceptual question is being asked, then they are like they're playing like Ram Bharose question solve ho raha hai. Think hard and whatever feels like more right, solve it. Okay, it's not about feeling. Okay, so if you are conceptually clear about some of the basic concepts like supply and demand. Now this is like, everybody may think that supply and demand is such a trivial thing. Everybody knows कि supply increase होता है तो क्या होता है, demand increase decrease होता है क्या होता है. Everybody knows it. Okay, we go to market. Okay, but there is more to supply and demand than just this. Okay, the application of it, that creates beauty. Okay, so similarly, things like risk, things like incentive, things like opportunity cost. So these are the fundamental bedrocks over which the concepts of economy are lying. Okay, if these funda gets clear, then you can clearly solve the questions. Okay, and then when we see in your syllabus, you will not find much of these things. Okay, in your syllabus you will see inflation. In your syllabus you will see exchange rate. Okay, in your syllabus, so you will see budget, taxation, etc. So these things you will see in your syllabus. Okay, but these things are based on these concepts. Once your concepts are clear, आपको धीरे-धीरे जो है आप एक ऐसे पोजीशन पे पहुंच जाएंगे where you will not need me. Okay, in fact you will say that if I will teach wrong, you will say ये concept कहाँ गया, ठीक है, कहाँ गया, कहीं कुछ तो गलत मिस हो रहा है. Okay, so you have to get hold of this, and then these things will get sorted out. ठीक है, and yeah, I told you about understanding fundamentals and its applications. Okay, in economy, sometimes a very basic direct fact questions are being asked. कि इतना आसान क्वेश्चन पूछ देगा कभी-कभी कि just in case you have just seen it कि price stability maintain करना किसका काम है, whose work it is. It's RBI's work. But you see in the exam you'll get confused. UPSC इतना आसान क्वेश्चन पूछ देगा क्या? There must be something into it. Okay, so that's like you'll get into that. And the other time they will ask you application of the things, that how RBI controls inflation or how RBI deals with exchange rate fluctuation. Okay, so once you have the basic concept in the place and once you can apply it, okay, you are home. Okay, so application आपका test हो जाएगा, PYQ solve करो, test solve करो, application आपका फंडा clear हो जाएगा. You will get it wrong in initial attempts, फिर सही हो जाएगा, आपका फंडा clear है. Okay, so your goal, and the last point I would like to drive home is, you must remember your goal is not to have a PhD in economics. Okay, तो ये आपका काम नहीं है. आपका काम है एग्जाम क्रैक करना. आप एग्जाम क्रैक करो, लवासना में बैठ के फिर PhD करो. करना है तो करो. If you love economics, good for you. Okay, but बाद के लिए. Okay? Initially, you must know enough to crack the exam. और enough में again, if you talk about prelims में there are 4-5 topics जहाँ से कि major question आते हैं static में. Okay, so it's national income. You can now write down these topics. Okay, national income. This is about production, कि how much you are producing it, how much you are earning, and inflation. Inflation is about the cost, कि how much you are producing it and how much you are paying to buy. Okay, these two things, and then monetary policy. Okay, like how RBI tries to control these things. Then we have fiscal policy. So fiscal policy मतलब budget हो गया, इसी में taxation हो गया. Okay, so this is like how government of India or state governments, how they try to control things. Okay, national income or inflation को how government tries to control, that is fiscal policy. How RBI tries to control, that is monetary policy. Okay, and then we have a very important topic. Okay, एक टोटका करके देखते हैं. ओके, नहीं चला, ठीक है, कोई बात. Okay, exchange rate. That how we are dealing with the foreign countries. Okay, so these 5 topics, you'll find if you'll have command over these things, suddenly you will feel that economy जो है वो आसान लगने लगेगा. I'm not saying that other topics are not important. All I'm saying is first get hold of these things. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं कि इसका फंडा क्लियर नहीं हुआ है और आप 5-year plan 12 5-year plan को रट्टा लगा रहे हैं. Okay, because in last since 2013 5-year plan से 2 क्वेश्चन आए हैं. उसमें से भी 1 question was asked when 5-year plan was abolished. In 2019 1 question was asked. Okay, so yes, 5-year plan is very important for India. Okay, but for exam first focus on these things. इतना आपका फंडा क्लियर हो गया तो फिर आपकी जिंदगी जो है वो एकदम सही हो जाएगी. ओके ओके, अजय कुमार बोल रहे हैं कि 80-20 रूल पता था तो आपने क्या मिस्टेक किया, आप लोग क्यों नहीं एग्जाम क्रैक कर दिए. दैट्स ओके, ठीक है. आपको पता होगा ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम के जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्ल्ड कप लगातार जीत रही थी, उसके जो हेड कोच थे कौन थे? एनीबॉडी हैव एनी आइडिया? जॉन बुचनन, किसी को याद है? ओके, so that guy never played international cricket. Okay, so it's like learning from your own things. Okay, and then I am telling you this so that after few years you should not be here and you should not be teaching. If you want to teach, why not? Okay, teaching is a novel job, you can teach. But if you came from your home to crack exam, you should be able to learn from our mistakes. Okay, so you are essentially paying us for that. Okay, so that you can save your own 4-5 years. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. Okay, so focus on these things and it will be clear. No. See, most of the things, if you will see previous year questions of economic current affairs part, you'll see the basic questions they are asking. Okay, basic. उतना में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. Maybe if you will go into that level, maybe you will get extra 1 question right. Okay, but for that the cost benefit analysis में वो सही बैठता नहीं है. Okay, so okay, now I'll invite Ajay sir and he will talk about environment.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Okay, fine. So, I'm here to give you a brief about environment and ecology. Okay. Yes, good evening, everyone. Guys, these days, environment and ecology is becoming more tougher, more dynamic, and you know the prominent reasons behind that. First, I would share what is the significance of environment and ecology in the UPSC prelims. Look at this graphical chart. It shows the pattern that how and what exactly is the number of questions that have been asked. 17 in 23, 15, 20, 22, 21 in 19, 17 and all. Okay, near about they are asking 18 to 20 on an average. And if I say that in 20 questions that they are asking, 10 are from the static area and 10 or 9 to 10 are from the current affairs. Or more precisely, I would say that it is not the current affairs, in fact, it is the contemporary affairs. Contemporary means they are asking not about the current year, but in fact they are asking the questions from 2-3 years. Okay, they are asking the current affairs of last 2 or 3 years. So in this manner they have become more contemporary. Plus, as I was saying, that the paper is becoming more dynamic, more tough. Why? Because the Indian Forest Services exam is also being taken along with the UPSC prelims, and that's why these questions are becoming more tougher. And there is a speculation that even in the coming years it would be more tougher, more complicated. Okay. One more reason is that it is complicated because the syllabus that UPSC has given us is a very scattered one. Look at this. General issues on environment and ecology, biodiversity and climate change. That's it. This is the syllabus that UPSC has given us. Looks to be very vague to me as well as to every aspirant who is preparing for the UPSC. So what we have done is, we have tried to expand this syllabus and we have tried to extract that what all should be the readable and what all one should study while preparing for the environment. And we have expanded the themes with the help of PYQs. Okay, we have analyzed the PYQs to understand what exactly is the UPSC is demanding in terms of environment and ecology. And as I am saying that every year they are asking something that is more advanced in nature. Look at these themes: pollution, concept-based, international conventions, species in news, Indian legislations. Okay. These are some of the important themes on which the questions have been asked over the years. Like this, pollution. Initially, they have started asking about the acid rain. Then they asked some of the pollutants that is emanating out of industries, or you can write about the industrial pollutants. Okay. Further on, they have started asking about the copper or pollution that is emitting out of copper smelting plants, photochemical smog. Okay. Benzene pollution, mercury pollution. So as the years are moving ahead, or as we are advancing, the concepts that they are asking in context of pollutions are also advancing. There might be a possibility that in future they might ask about the pharmaceutical pollution. They might ask about the nutrient pollution. They might ask about the light pollution. Okay, nitrogen pollution. Okay, next is Look at this, concept based questions. These are the questions that have been asked directly from the books. Although we don't have a time tested books available for the environment, like we have Lakshmikant for polity, some NCERT books are available for history and geography, but such books are not available to study the environment and ecology. Although a couple of sources are there also, but yes, it's true fact. Concept based, here the questions they have been asking are the direct ones questions, like they might ask about the ecotone, ecological niche, okay, biogeochemical cycles. So in this manner they are asking the questions. Next is the next theme that the UPSC is fond of asking the questions. It is the international conventions. Okay, I think it's not working. International conventions. Most of the international conventions that UPSC is asking, they are more or less always in news, like the Ramsar, IUCN, CITES or Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, UNEP, United Nations Environment Program, United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. Okay, such conventions and organizations are always in news for one or other reasons. Yes, Harsha, we'll deal on that also. Just wait. Okay. So this is the way that you need to approach the international conventions. All those conventions that are in the news, you need to read it, and you must apply 360-degree approach. I think this keyboard is not working. You need to apply 360-degree approach while preparing for environment. And now few of you might ask, what is the 360-degree approach that you might be talking about? Especially I am expecting this from the YouTube. Nobody is asking. Okay, look, suppose this is the theme, species in news. You don't have to read each and every species that have been given in the newspapers. There is a possibility that they might have given 100 to 150 species that might have been in the news in a 1 year. No, you don't have to do that. You just focus on the species that have been asked previously in the UPSC examinations. They're like camel. UPSC is fond of asking about the camels, type of camels, kharai camel, double humped camel. UPSC loves to ask about the deer, sambar deer, other deers are there. UPSC is asking again and again about lion-tailed macaw. Okay, UPSC is asking about the dolphin or dolphins. UPSC is asking about the crocodiles. Okay, so such species are again and again being asked in the last 10 to 11 years. So you need to focus on those species. As I am talking about the 360-degree approach, suppose this is a Suppose you are reading a news in which it is being written that 3 crocodiles have died due to this koi bhi issue aaya, koi bhi problem aaya. So if you are reading that or if you are studying that, you should know what all are 3 types of species that are available in India. Okay, you should know what all are the habitats which are suitable for these species. Okay, suppose if there is any conservation project that is going on, you should know about that. You should know about the crocodile conservation. Okay, you should know about the crocodile conservation project. You should know about the species that I have written earlier, that there is magar, there is gharial, there is saltwater crocodile. Okay, you should know that there is a place in Odisha, the name is Kendrapara, where all 3 species of crocodile can be seen. Okay, in this manner you cannot read the things in isolation. You have to do you have to adopt a comprehensive approach while preparing for the UPSC prelims. In the same manner, I have given a theme of legislation and acts that have been asked. Suppose they are asking about the Wildlife Protection Act. Okay, 1972. So it is not that you just know about this act, you don't know anything about it. What you have to do is you should know about each and every schedule that comes within the ambit of this act. Schedule 1 to 6. You should know all the procedure that have been laid down to kill the vermins. Okay. You must have read about the statutory bodies that comes within this act. Okay. In fact, other than that, you might know that there are a lot of amendments that have been done in this particular act. So you should also know the amendments that have been done in the past in this particular act. Okay. This is the one thing. Other thing is that there are some specific ways of asking the questions. This specific way have been adopted by UPSC. Look at this. One is that the questions are related to the same theme and they have been asked with more depth in the successive years. There are questions that have been made or compiled from the options of other questions. And some of the questions can easily be answered through the common sense. If you apply the logic, if you apply the common sense, you can do that. Look at the example. These are the questions. These two are the questions that are related to same theme, and they have been asked with more depth in the next years. Look at this question. This question was asked in 2017, where they are asking about a specific species of tortoise, and it is declared under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. What does it imply and all? Okay. Here they are asking about the Schedule 1, and after 3 years, again in 2020, they have asked a question on the same theme, Wildlife Protection Act 1972, and this time they are asking about the Schedule 6. Okay. This is the way they have adopted to ask the questions. Next is, look at this. These are the questions that have been compiled out of the options of PYQ that have been asked in the previous years. This question from the ecological point of view, which of the following assumes importance in being linked between the Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats? The correct option was Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve. But as we have already saying you that you are not supposed to read everything in isolation. You need to have a comprehensive approach. You must have a knowledge and understanding over all the options that are available in this particular question. Look at this. The question that have been asked in 2020. Look at the options. Nagarhole National Park. Yes, Nagarhole National Park. If you would have known about this, you might be easily mark the correct one. Satyamangalam. Yes, Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve is there. And these things are gone on and on and on. And some such similar approaches also being observed in other questions also. Okay, look at this. Some of the questions are those which can be easily solved through the common sense or logic, like the words like some or none. These are the words that are ambiguous words, and there is always a scope of exception in every concept or a fact that you have been studying. Okay, some species of turtles are herbivorous, some species of fishes are herbivorous, some species of marine mammals are herbivorous. They are asking some, none. Okay. So these are the ambiguous words. This means that there is some hidden truth behind that. So if you are applying a logic, then you can easily answer this question. This is D. In the same manner, they have asked this question. Some mushrooms, medicinal properties, some mushrooms insecticidal, some mushrooms have bioluminescent properties and all. In the same manner, here also, all the 4 options are correct. ठीक है, ये 5th option नहीं है, गलती से आ गया है. ठीक है, in this manner, if you can apply the logic, if you know how to if you have analyzed the PYQs very well, if you have an understanding that how the questions have been asked, I think it would be easy for you to mark the right answers, and such approach could be a panacea for you also. Okay, thank you everybody. Now my colleague Devendra will brief you about the current affairs and all.
गुड इवनिंग. बोर हो गए हो? मोस्ट ऑफ लाइक इट्स वन साइडेड कम्युनिकेशन. आप लोगों के कोई क्वेश्चंस नहीं है? लाइक अजय डिस्कस अबाउट द एनवायरनमेंट, उत्तम डिस्कस अबाउट द पॉलिटी हिस्ट्री, बाकी से डिस्कस अबाउट द इकोनॉमी. डू यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन रिगार्डिंग दो सब्जेक्ट? तो यू आर कीपिंग लाइक कि जबरदस्ती बिठा रखा है कि हाँ यू आर लिसनिंग टू अस एंड यू विल गो फ्रॉम हियर. डू यू नो माई नेम? What is my name? शर्मा क्यों रहे हो? सबसे पहला कंसेप्ट होना चाहिए, whenever you are attending any class ना, it should be interactive. It will be beneficial for you. We know the subject, we know the things. If we are discussing on our own ना, you will not able to answer the questions that is in your mind. आप कुछ तो सोच रहे होंगे ना कि अजय डिस्कस अबाउट द दीज टाइप ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस, देन ही डिस्कस अबाउट द लेजिस्लेशन क्वेश्चंस, ही डिस्कस अबाउट द स्पीसीज क्वेश्चन, ही डिस्कस अबाउट द नेशनल पार्क, क्या पढ़ना है क्या नहीं पढ़ना है. आप लोगों का भी कोई अप्रोच होगा कि हाउ यू आर रीडिंग राइट नाउ, किस तरीके से आप लोग पढ़ते हैं, कुछ तो होगा ना, या पढ़ते नहीं हो? यस. करंट अफेयर्स आई विल टेक अ कंप्लीट सेशन फॉर 20 मिनट्स. आपको जो भी क्वेश्चन करंट अफेयर्स रिलेटेड है, यू कैन आस्क एनीथिंग अबाउट द करंट अफेयर्स, ठीक है, रिलेटेड टू एनी सब्जेक्ट. ओके, हाउ मेनी आर यू फ्रॉम द IIT, NIT, टॉपर्स ऑफ 12th क्लास? आप टॉपर्स हैं ऑनलाइन. हाउ मेनी आर यू फ्रॉम द IIT? नो वन. Lavkush Mishra is from IIT. Yes, okay. Adish, Ananya, okay. UPSC की दुनिया, okay. IIT से तो आप तब भी फेल हो सकते हैं CSAT में. It's not like you are an IITian, you will be pass out from the CSAT. CSAT नाम तो सुना ही होगा. पेपर कब होता है? CSAT का पेपर. Any weightage in mains? क्लियर है ये सबको? CSAT is the general studies 2 paper in the GS prelims. जब आप prelims का पेपर देने जाएंगे तो there's a second paper that's held in the afternoon session from 2:30 to 4:30. So there are some of the trends in the CSAT. I will discuss in detail about the CSAT, how you can approach, and there's a fear factor among all of us because the cut of the UPSC is continuously decreasing. Are you aware about it? It's decreasing from 117 in the 2016 to 78 in 2023. There might be a reason, कुछ ना कुछ तो reason होगा ही, that's decreasing continuously. The major reason behind it is the CSAT. Because the level of the CSAT is increasing continuously and the cut of the GS is decreasing continuously. So जो भी आपका question है, any question you have in your mind related to the CSAT, even it's related to the reading comprehension, even it's related to the quant or the logical reasoning, please free to ask. डरना नहीं है क्योंकि डर के आगे जीत है. माउंटेन ड्यू का ऐड आपने देखा ही होगा. So please be free to ask any question you have. So let's start discuss about the CSAT. So in the CSAT, before going into a discussion, there are some of the mark sheet, those who qualified the GS with the huge margin, but not able to qualify the CSAT. You look here, this person scored 92.93 in the GS as the cutoff was only 78. He's passed by the 14-15 marks, but failed by 0.17 marks in the CSAT. This person is scoring 107.74 in the 2023 paper that is considered to be the toughest in the UPSC history, but he is scoring 107. In the CSAT, he is scoring 48. Similarly, he is scoring 110 almost in the GS paper and scoring 65 in the CSAT paper. 102 in the GS paper and the 64 in the CSAT paper. तो ऐसा क्यों है? They are very good in the GS. आप लोग भी बहुत अच्छे तरीके से GS पढ़ रहे होंगे. सबका फोकस होगा कि पॉलिटी में पार्लियामेंट पे क्या होना चाहिए, इकोनॉमी का रेपो रेट बढ़ रहा है तो व्हाट्स द implication on the Indian economy. This turtle in the news, तो मैं कैसे सब turtle को ढूंढ लूं? These kind of the mindset you have. If I'm reading the newspaper, तो सब newspaper, then I will go to the website of the coaching institution. I will read also that. But I'm not focusing on the second paper of the UPSC, Manaki, that's having only the qualifying paper, but the students are not able to even qualify. They're not able to score the 66 marks in the CSAT. Out of 200 means that's a 33% of the marks. कुछ ना कुछ तो reason होगा. There will be a huge reason why they are not able to qualify. According to the news, there are some of the IITians, those who are failing in this examination. Even there are those persons who qualified the CAT examination but are failing in this examination. Means something is different in this paper. The difference related to the pattern of the banking SSC, the difference related to the pattern of the CAT and the CSAT, the difference related to the banking PO examination and the CSAT examination. There's a difference of language of the paper. There's a difference of the UPSC want in you. The CSAT paper is in both the language, English as well as in the Hindi. If the UPSC want to check your English, why they provide the translation of the reading comprehension? Any idea? If they want to check your English, why they will provide the translation of the reading comprehension? Yes, UPSC की दुनिया, yeah, he can clear. I will discuss how he can clear the CSAT if he is not having the mathematics background. Any idea? कोई बताएगा? Why they are providing the translation? That thinking is missing in you. पेपर के बारे में ही नहीं जानते हो, why they are giving it? The one of the reason, some students are attempting in Hindi, that might be the reason. The second reason, this paper is not about to checking your English, it's about to checking your critical reasoning. It is about to check your logical reasoning. अगर इंग्लिश को चेक करना होता तो मेंस में आप आंसर लिखोगे ही ना. They are able to check your English there also. So the CSAT paper is about your thinking skills. It is about your brainstorming, how you're performing under pressure. After the GS paper, you're having the time gap of 3 hours and the temperature like today, 46 degrees Celsius, you are completely exhausted. And at that time, you're eating, aap kha pi ke jaoge in the examination center. At the time, you are feeling lazy. And when you are lazy, there's a highest chance you will make the mistakes. There's a highest chance you will not be able to choose the question that is relevant for you. And you will start doing the question from 1 to 80 and keeping mistakes, and your result will be like this only. So in the CSAT, there are specifically the 3 portions. Before going to the portion, let's see the cutoff trends. It was in the 2019, this is in the 2023. The graph is continuously decreasing, and the major reason behind it is the CSAT. UPSC is increasing the difficulty of the paper year by year. One of the major reasons why are increasing the difficulty, the reason to eliminate the reservation. In the CSAT, everybody have a same criteria कि he is belong to any of the caste, he should score 66 marks. But if the level of the paper is that high, they are not able to score the 66 if you are not a good enough in the everything. That is one of the reason. Might be the reason. That's we cannot say. Next, if we are looking at here, this is a cut of the general category, continuously decreasing from 2019. Cut of the OBC category almost same or similar, we can say 0.66 marks का difference होता है. Then the cut of the ST category 77 to 47. Then the 82 to 59. Do you think UPSC is the one of the premier examination of the country? They're accepting the candidate at a 37% of cutoff. School, college में pass 33% पे होते हैं ना. And you're going to become an IAS, IPS. They are accepting 37% of the cutoff. Even in the mains examination, they are accepting you at a 50% of the cutoff. So what's clear? इससे क्या clear होता है? They don't want कि आपको सब आता हो. They want जो आपको आता है, you are clear about that. You have a crystal clarity about those topics, those issues, those paper. That's the kind of thinking the UPSC is required. Now, let's come to the main core area, the CSAT. The CSAT is having the three area. One is the reading comprehension. If you want to note, you can note down here, a simple fact. In reading comprehension, there are the 26 to 30 questions. It might be differ in the some paper there are 28, in some paper there may be 30, in some paper there may be 25 sometime. In the logical reasoning, the number of questions in the last 5 years in the range of 18 to 20. And in the quantitative aptitude, the question is between the 30 to 32. Means if you have any of the area strong, आपको कोई भी area strong है इसमें, even you are good with the reading comprehension, even you are good with the logical reasoning or the quantitative aptitude, you can easily qualify this examination. आपका क्या area strong है? You are good in reading comprehension. There are 28 questions related to reading comprehension. If I am taking a weightage, you will mark the net correct only 20. Even if your strong portion, I am considering you will make the mistake of 5 and you will score the net correct 20 questions. You need only 27 questions to clear this examination. Out of 56 questions, it is very difficult to mark 7 more correct. Take another perspective. If, what's your name? Yes. Loudly. Syed Kumar. If you are good in logical reasoning, there are almost 20 questions in the logical reasoning. If you are making mistakes, you will score net correct 15. I am taking a strongest area जहाँ पे आप कम mistake करते हैं. You are taking net correct 15 means only 12 more questions are required where 60 questions are left in the paper right now. The third is the quantitative aptitude. इसको mathematics कहना गलत होगा क्योंकि most of the question can be easily solved without the formula. Most of the question can be solved if you are having a eye on the previous year question of the UPSC. If you have a good analyst, how many of you are the BTech? दो ही लोग हैं BTech. You are also from the BTech. Okay. So you can use your skill of the BTech to analyze the UPSC paper, to analyze the trend of the questions, the similar kind of the question they are asking. The language of the paper you need to decode. The language make this paper different from the SSC banking PO paper. The changing from the CAT paper. The language of the paper is very different from the other paper. So this is the idea about how you can go with the paper. If you are having a good any of the area, so you can easily crack the paper. अब एक worst situation में आते. Let's come to a worst situation. You are having no confidence in the any of these area. You are okay with reading comprehension. You are okay with logical reasoning, and you are okay with quantitative aptitude. So they are the might some questions. The question on series जहाँ पे आप counting कर सकते हैं. Tables तो पढ़े होंगे ना आपने. In the 10th class, 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8, 19 2s are 38, 95s are 19 5s are. That should be the sharp 95. The tables आपको हैं through the series. If I'm writing a series here, like take an example, very simple example, take here. What can be come at this place? Everybody, what can we come here? This is the square of 4, this is the square of 5, this is the square of 6, this should be the square of 7, this is the square of 8. So these kind of the question, every year the UPSC is asking 3 questions of these kind. They might be sometime maybe difficult, but sometime they are the directly question they are asking. The question on calendar, the question on clock. Do you know on which day you were born? कौन से महीने में कौन से दिन में आप पैदा हुए? Do you know? ये भी नहीं पता, डे भी नहीं पता. Do you know which day? Wednesday. Year? Sorry, I'm asking a girl the year. ठीक है. Take an example. She was born on the, let's take a hypothetical. She was born on the 5th May 2004. What was the day on that day? These kind of the question UPSC is asking. अगर आपको अपना बर्थ डेट भी याद है ना, तो भी आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो सिंपली. So there might be some logical question related to it. The question on clock, the question on series, the question on calendar, the question related to puzzle, the question related to coding and decoding. These are the questions always present in the examination. You need to choose those questions. So CSAT is about the selection of the question in the paper when you are attempting it. You should be clear with there is no requirement of scoring 200 marks in the CSAT because it's not countable. You need to score only the 67 marks. So that we can also score from the 50 questions. Take a criteria here. If I am attempting the 50 question in the paper, I am leaving 30, जो आप बोलते हो कि permutation combination पे आता है, the question on the probability, the question on the some of the reasoning related to seating arrangement, you might confuse there. The question related to the time, speed and distance, you might confuse there. I am leaving all those questions. I am leaving the 30 question directly जिसको आप लोग difficult बताते. Out of these 50 questions, I am giving more weightage. If you are only marking 35 right, I am giving you another weightage of key, you can do 15 more questions wrong. Then only the net correct is also 30 questions, means 75 marks. 50 questions में से अगर आप लोग 35 भी सही करते हो, उसके बाद net correct 30 भी आता है ना, then you are also qualifying the examination. So where is the hack? Why the students are failing? The major reason, you are not understanding your strength. Your strength in which area? You are not understanding what exactly the examination demands from you. They are playing with your psychology. They are playing with the words. They are playing with the timing also. So they are playing with your psychology. If you are not understanding how to attempt a paper, it will become very difficult to clear the examination. Let's take an example in the reading comprehension. Anybody, आपने किसी ने आज तक CSAT का पेपर attempt किया है? Do ever attempted the CSAT? All of us the first attempter? Okay. Online, anybody attempted the CSAT paper? Okay, many of them. So in the CSAT, in reading comprehension, there are the question, comprehension is given. Then there might be a question, what is the conclusion of the passage? What is the conclusion of the passage? Most of you will approach कि I will see only the conclusion क्योंकि question में conclusion ही पूछा गया. But in the next passage they are asking the assumptions. Then your mindset again change because the assumption is asked. I will see only the assumptions. In the next passage they will ask the corollary. Then again your mindset change. I will see only the corollary. Means you are not doing the brainstorming on a single passage. If there is no option is given, is you are able to give the answer. अगर कोई option ही नहीं है, then you are able to give the answer. So in the reading comprehension, there are the type of question: conclusion, corollary, assumptions, inference, theme, idea. These are the 6 kind of the question UPSC is asking on the basis of reading comprehension. They are not going beyond that. So in this comprehension part, If I will say only a single passage, I'm giving you a single passage, I'm asking all these 6 questions from a single passage. Do you able to answer it without any options? You are reading newspaper पढ़ रहे हो सब लोग? You are reading newspapers? हाँ ना नहीं नहीं पढ़ा, स्टार्ट किया, कल से पढ़ेंगे, any idea? You are reading the newspaper, na? You are reading editorials. Okay, let's pick an passage of the editorial. You are reading an editorial on the minimum support price that's in the news from the last 3 months. There is a passage related to the MSP, and they're asking the conclusion about it. They're asking the corollary about it. They're asking the assumption about it. They're asking the inference about it, theme about it, idea about it. But they're not giving any options. Do you ever think, क्या हम बिना options के answer कर सकते हैं? Until and unless you are not understanding this skill, without any options, you are imagining all these answers, then you are going to the options, you will find your answer in the option. Otherwise, it will become very difficult to you to answer the reading comprehension and to score more than 90% accuracy in the reading comprehension. So this kind of thing is known as the brainstorming. जो सोचने की शक्ति इंस्टाग्राम की रील्स ने खत्म किया है ना, we are scrolling the reels continuously. Even we are not staying 30 seconds, we are scrolling within the 5 seconds because we have know our priority. Again, we are looking just only the 40-second reels. नहीं यार मजा नहीं आ रहा. Let's move to the next one. But we are not thinking about it ना. कुछ भी होता है तो गूगल से पूछते हैं. ओके गूगल, लेट मी नो वेयर इज द एड्रेस ऑफ एडुकेमी. ओके गूगल, व्हाट इज द थीम्स ऑफ द एमएसपी, व्हाई द व्हाट इज द रीजन बिहाइंड लीगलाइजेशन ऑफ द एमएसपी. दैट्स अ चैट जीपीटी जनरेशन वी कैन से. Until and unless you are not focusing on your brainstorming, you are not able to write your mains answer because the various dimensions are required there. Na? So you can consider these as the dimensions of your reading comprehensions. So you can think upon it. In the classes, we are mainly focusing on these things. You should also focus on these things if you are doing on your own. How to solve the questions without options. How to focus on the comprehensions. What is the idea behind the UPSC asking these questions? In the UPSC reading comprehension, you will find one common thing. They're asking only on those issues that is a part of your GS syllabus. That is the part of your GS syllabus. The comprehension you will find related to the energy. The comprehension you will find related to the agriculture. The comprehension you will find related to the governance. All are the part of your GS syllabus. Then after that, you are not able to give your answers correctly. The reason you are not doing brainstorming. You are not thinking about. You are बस आप रट रहे हो. You are cramming the things. And cramming will never benefited in the CSAT. Okay, so the similar thing you can do with the logical reasoning, the quant. In the detail we can discuss on the any other session, but this is the idea how to study the reading comprehension, how to focus on the CSAT. If we are coming next here, any questions? किसी का कोई question है? The question of Shashi. So what is the difference between the assumption and the corollary? Corollary is the next action you are taking or the next solution you are taking the problem given in the passage. The corollary you will not find in the passage. This is the derived from the passage, the idea, the solution derived from the passage. This is not found in the passage. Then come to the assumptions. Assumption is an idea on which basis the passage is written. Author का thought क्या था जिस basis पे वो passage को लिख रहा है, that is the assumption. So this is a major difference between both of them. Shashi. Any other question? Mahiti, Mr. Monster. Crux of the passage is the, if you are looking at the conclusion and you are adding your idea, that will become the crux of the passage. How to prepare CSAT effectively? I am discussing about that, UPSC ki dunya. I hope you will come soon in your dunya. Okay. Any question you people have? Clear about everything about the CSAT. Please develop a skill to ask a question that will show you how you are aware with your syllabus, how you are aware with your examination, how you are more seriously preparing with your papers. If you are having no questions, means you are having no clue about your syllabus. Now come how to attempt the paper. If we are reading 3-4 reading comprehension continuously, if we are attempting the 7-8 reading comprehension continuously, our mind stop working after reading the 2-3, because they are having a passage of 1 page, maybe the half an page. If we are reading them continuously, we start getting wrong passage after the 3-4 passage. So we need to change our track. We need to go to the logical reasoning. At the same time, we need to switch from those questions. So our mind will become active again here. We need to switch to the quant questions. That will make your mind sharp because you are doing the calculation here. Here your mind will become active. Here your mind will become sharp. And this sharpness you again use with the reading comprehension, so that you can easily attempt the paper. If you are starting with the logical reasoning, you can follow the same approach. First attempt the logical reasoning, then go with the reading comprehension, then go with the quantitative aptitude. This is how to attempt the paper. Most of us attempt the paper from 1 to 80. If the first 8 are reading comprehension, we are reading them and we are wasting 40 minutes and we are just attempting the 8 questions. That is not suggestible. CSAT is about searching the paper, searching your strength in the paper. Look out at those questions, those who are comfortable with. पहले वो question ढूंढो जिसके साथ आप very comfortable हो. Then after, attempt those questions if you are not clearing the margin at that time. Okay. Then there are some few learnings in the CSAT. This is a very important for you. If you want to write, you can write. If you want to take the photo, you can also, even you can download the PPT. What are the outcome here? CSAT is about the question selection. CSAT is not about to score 200 marks. CSAT is not about कि मुझे quantitative aptitude maths नहीं आता. CSAT is not about I don't know the English very well, because they are not checking your English, they are checking your critical thinking. The same process they are following in the mains examination, how you are answer your questions. There was a question in 2023 in the society. The child cuddling in the society is replaced by the mobile phone. Any book have the answer? Until and unless you are not thinking critically, you cannot write the answer. That the thinking is required in the reading comprehension. So both are interlinked. These are not different from each other. Both are interlinked. If you are reading the paper, means you are increasing your speed to reading the reading comprehension. That also match there. So how the paper is linked with the reading comprehension. In the next case, do not ignore the CSAT. Otherwise, the CSAT will ignore you in the paper. If you are weak in the CSAT, try practicing the CSAT continuously 1 hour a day. And most suggestible time is 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. because you are going to attempt the paper in 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. The next, clarity in your mind, you need to be focused कि 67 marks ही आना चाहिए. 67 marks ही आना चाहिए. This is the passing criteria. If you are thinking paper is having the probability, if you are thinking the paper is having the permutation combination, if you are thinking the paper having some of the difficult question, there is a leverage, you can also leave those questions. It is not a compulsion कि आप 80 question ही attempt करेंगे. There is also leverage, you can attempt the 50 question that we discussed. Next, find your strength and the weakness. If you are strong in reading comprehension, if you are good in literature very well, then focus on reading comprehension first. If you are good mathematicians, focus on the quantitative aptitude first. If you are very good in reasoning, then focus on logical reasoning first. अगर आप logical reasoning में ज़्यादा stronger, you are focusing on the quantitative aptitude and you are wasting your time again. And the CSAT is the game of timing. The CSAT is the game of selection, question selection. Next, make a separate list of topics you are comfortable with. In the CSAT paper, there are almost 35 topics coming every year. Out of those 35 questions, you are comfortable with how many topics you need to identify. you are comfortable with times and speed, you are comfortable with calendar, you're comfortable with clock, or you are comfortable with the reasoning part. You should focus on about it. Understand the language of the CSAT paper, how the CSAT paper is different from the paper of the CAT, how it is different from the paper of SSC, how it's different from the paper of bank PO. The language play a huge game here. They will give you a question in the 4 lines. It will take 3 minutes to understand the questions. Better to leave the question immediately. Do not love with the questions. प्यार नहीं करना है यहाँ पे. You need to leave the question because the time is everything in the paper. You should leave if you are taking more than 2 minutes in any question. Then, as we discussed, the CSAT is a part of critical thinking. It's not about checking your language. It is a part of critical thinking. If it's a part of checking your language, वो Hindi translation नहीं देते. The question paper should only be in the English. If they are giving you the Hindi translation, means they are checking your critical thinking, not your language. Then smartly use the time. In the first half an hour, you should focus on, you should attempt 20 questions. First half an hour, please attempt 20 questions. So you are very comfortable to clear the 27 question margin in the next half an hour. Do not attempt paper sequentially. The blunders the students are making, they go sequentially from 1 to 80. We need to be focused on our strength. We need to be apply this here. We need to apply this here. The comfortableness with the paper. We need to apply our critical thinking here. Then again, we discussed the practice timing and the need to skip the questions. Everything is fair in love and war, लेकिन यहाँ पे नहीं है. You need to skip the questions. If you are comfortable with reasoning, if you are comfortable with the number series, but you are not able to crack it, please leave it. There is no need to waste the time of 5-6 minutes. Your time is very crucial than the question. Okay? So this is about the CSAT. Any question you people have? Any question? Right time to study CSAT. If you are an average student, I will suggest please start studying after the September. If you are a mediocre, you can start at the time of November. अगर कुछ भी नहीं आता है तो start from today itself. The timing should be 2 to 4 because it's a crucial timing. At that time you are lethargic. There's a highest chance you will make a mistake at that time. So please start doing practice at that time. We are going to start a CSAT channel on the 1st June. There I will discuss the topics related to the CSAT, the question related to the CSAT. So you can join that Edukemy channel of CSAT from the 1st June onwards. So I will answer your each question there. So Shabbir Sir now take the mic. He will discuss something.
So all of you, online, offline. I don't know how much of what we told you knew already, but I liked a couple of things, and I was hearing through. One very important learning from session of Banke Sir and Ajay Sir was that there are largely 5-6 areas you have to focus more on. Environment mein, pollution, you have got those conventions, some species, and then he said, don't study every species on the planet. You do a research of last 5, 6, 10 years, 12 years, और आप note कर लो ना कि ये species से, and surprise how many of them are repeated. Okay, that's a smart way. They ask a lot of questions related to some of those ecosystem based concepts. So do a very good analysis of PYQs. I mean, I would spend maybe 2 or 3 days studying every question asked in environment, study every question asked in economy. And like Banke Sir says, no, you have got supply demand questions, questions around risk management, investments. So 5-6 topics mein, you have the bulk of the questions. While you do your course wherever you have joined or on your own, find these areas, and develop a conviction कि वही पढ़ना है, more important one. And I like the approach of Devender Sir when he says that 80 question में से आपको qualify करने के लिए 30 question चाहिए on the higher side. It's impossible that you are weak in all the 3 areas. You will have some edge over one of them. have keeping that edge, you must get another 10 questions or 12 questions more. आपको 27 questions में, 27 right? 27 questions में you are done. It's a very smart thing. So if you are good at comprehension, start from there. If you are good at logical reasoning, start from there. Or comprehension may be very interesting. Okay. Learn to read any article of newspaper and see, he was asked, one of you asked him, what difference between corollary and assumption? So if this is the article here, sorry, yeah. If this is the article here, article का एक topic होगा. Okay. So the article topic is agriculture MSP reforms. Okay. So the theme is this article itself. The idea is MSP reforms are required, make it maybe legal. The idea is to make it legal. This article is based on some ideas. These are the assumptions. Now that you know the article, what can you tell more? That is the corollary. And from this, there is some conclusion. यही है आपके article. So forget about CSAT. In any article you read, you try finding this out. That's what he's asking. If we do not give you a choice, can you answer or not? This is a very basic reading skill all of us must have. And Saturday sessions are something of this kind itself. So, it gives you a perspective how to prepare CSAT. Nevertheless, there are two announcements. One is, I'll invite all of you to join our economy Telegram channel, which is managed by Banke sir. We have a channel, coming up for CSAT. From June 1st, we'll have a CSAT channel, which will be managed by Devender sir. Whether you join a course or not, that CSAT channel will help you on a daily basis to solve something. Similarly, we have a channel for answer writing also. Okay. Ideally, we want you to be interactive there. Okay. But join these channels. So, thanks again. I summarized what we have said. Now, I will skip these discussions. I'll directly come to current affairs. Current affairs, while you see the breakup, how much is static, how much is current affairs, say in some areas, the static portions are higher. Okay. In some areas, current affairs is more, but by and large, say 50-50 is approximate. But then, topics like polity, topics like economy, topics like history, even geography for that matter, there's a good amount of static part. The point of conversation here is, don't overdo the current affairs. I find students day after day keep asking me how to do current affairs. Your approach should be, you must be very, very good in your static portion concepts. And let current affairs build over that. जैसे कि Banke sir said, no? The questions are inflation, but the root concept is supply and demand. So while current affairs is being asked, your core areas must be very, very strong. That's one important learning for all of you. Okay. The second learning is, of course, this is the breakup approximately. So for all of you who want the data and numbers, share your detail on the form. We will share this PPT with all of you. Okay, so online students, you can fill up that. UTOs fill up that. We'll share this. So all this data will come handy there. So what I was trying to tell you is, okay, these are current relevance. Okay, you can have a look on your own. Okay. The mistake we do is, we try covering current affairs on a daily basis. Every day morning, I take a newspaper, read current affairs. Some do jottings, some see the websites, whatever. Some of you depend on weekly work or monthly magazines. We have institutions coming up with like yearly compilations also. I think we have found a solution. My suggestion to all of you is understand our strategy and just keep to us. Because I think current affair is not supposed to be a daily work. Because every current affair takes 5, 6, 7 days or sometimes 1 week, 10 days also to build up into a proper idea. Some of the issues take 1 or 2 months to build into one idea. अगर आप डेली कर रहे हो ना, I read an article say Hamas attack today, नोट कर लिया. Hamas attacks tomorrow, फिर नोट कर लिया. Hamas attacks परसों, again नोट कर लिया. 4th day Israel attacks back, फिर नोट कर लिया. This is waste of time. So wait for 1 month or 2 months. Okay. At the end of 1 month, you'll know कि Hamas से क्या जानना चाहिए. Israel defense से क्या जानना चाहिए. So daily current affair is a bad idea. It's a waste of time. But yes, daily you must have some reading practice. Just what Devendra sir told you. Daily basis they read one article. Okay. And I'm sure you can identify which is the most important article. You can't make a mistake. And from that one article, what was the assumption? What was the theme? What was the idea? What was the corollary? What was the conclusion? Do this much. Every week we are having some reading sessions on Saturday. Now I'm planning to open that up for all of you. We'll also go on YouTube now. You stick with us. In one day we cover 5 to 6 articles. That's enough for your reading comprehension. We cover 5, 6 articles, we give you at least 7 articles. And if I am reading every article and I'm taking about 2.5 hours, you can spend 3-4 hours और 4-5 घंटे में ही आपका 7-8 आर्टिकल हो जाएगा. You don't need a daily reading. So fix one day कि today is my article reading day. Stick with us on our plan. Let Saturday be your article reading day. Stop. Okay. Then what we are planning is, we are planning to have, and the articles will give you, it is my responsibility to pick up articles from different sources. Rather than you buying each of them, I will read Hindu for 1 week. I read this, Our team will tell you, these 20 articles are enough. So you can park yourself with us for coverage of the articles from different sources. You can park with us to identify which are the important issues for that particular week. In any case, on our common Telegram channel, we already are posting snippets of articles. Utna hi karo, that's all. In one day, to be very honest, you can't do more than 2 or 3 articles. वो हम बता दे रहे हैं आपको, वही करो आप लोग. Okay. Then what we will do is, this will start from this week onwards. And I think this is, if I can use the word, this is almost like a one-stop solution for all your current affairs problems from henceforth. Okay, Edukemy becomes your current affairs solution, where every week we'll take up one theme. And on that one theme, I'll cover entire current affairs of that month. So coming Friday, you'll sit with me for maybe 2 or 3 hours. I'll cover all environment topics of 1 month. Next Friday, I'll cover all current affairs of maybe economy or polity. Next Friday, I'll cover all current affairs of maybe science and tech. Yehi 4 areas hain largely. Environment, polity governance, economy and science and tech, and maybe on some days, some miscellaneous topics. So the plan for current affairs, yes, it's open, it is free of cost. We'll go live on the YouTube. Those who are offline students, I'll recommend come offline. Because offline में क्या होता है, आप मेरे साथ बैठ के लिख रहे हो. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine, you want to go online also, no problem. So this is what we will do. We will pick up the newspaper daily articles. We are picking one or two editorials and we are giving it to you on your Telegram channel free. हम mark करके दे देते हैं. Just read that, and that reading will not take you more than 10-15 minutes. This work is done. Edukemy Friday thematic classes we will have. Only environment coverage, only polity and so on. Then on Saturdays, we have this reading sessions. Essay ka enrichment hoga. You'll also have comprehension, reading comprehension ke assignments hain. You'll do this with us. So you're giving me only 2 days. And in 2 days, I cover almost the entire month related. And finally, before the prelims, we have 1 year's compilation. In 20 days, I cover 13-14 months ka all current affairs at one go. You come to 2 days, 3 hours, 3 months ka khatam ho jayega current affairs of environment maybe. So for current affairs, my recommendation is, don't break your head anymore. All you must do is, if you can do, and this is not very expensive, Hindu Express, and maybe if you want, Hindustan Times ka, or maybe down to what, any one or two of these, buy online subscriptions. The entire month subscription is not more than, what, 400-500 rupees, I think? Yearly 1,000. Okay, that's all. And you can go monthly also if you want to go. So that gives you some reading quickly on your phone itself. So current affair, that's my approach. So this Friday, all of you are welcome to join us. And by the way, we also have a current affairs channel also on Telegram. It is active. We find a lot of people joining us. From this week, our nature of channel will change. Harsha, I hope your problem is solved now. No, Shaila, I told you, do not need to read complete newspaper every day. Follow our channel. Can somebody please share the link of the channel, if you can, on the YouTube, please? Okay, the channel where we are posting the article snippets. Aap bas utna karo na, not more than that. So I am very bullish on this because last 4-5 months I've been working on how to take care of current affairs for all of you. Okay? We'll share the link. Join that. Preeti, the same strategy. You are appearing in 26. Don't rush into too many things. Give yourself 7-8 months, 1 year to first consolidate your foundation classes at your convenience. But you can start current affairs with us the way we are doing. Okay? Yeah, we're sharing the link. Share kiya? It's not visible. It takes time. There's a time lag. Okay. So on our dashboard, if somebody can please share the link of our channels. Okay. Okay. So that's current affair problem solved. Finally, these are some last, winding up discussions. In your preparation, learn to do parallel tasks. While you are doing economy, you do a bit of NCRTs. While doing NCRTs, try to do a bit of current affairs. While doing current affairs, try covering some topics of economy and maybe CSAT. So learn a bit of parallel tasking. Second, I've insisted on this. Learn planning. What you are good at, what your weaknesses are. Do a bit of strategic planning, all of you. Okay. Don't go sequential. कि एक खत्म होगा फिर शुरू करेंगे second. Learn to do at least 2 subjects while you are preparing. Like option is going on, a bit of history, economy. Option is going on, a bit of maybe say polity, NCRT. Try that ways. Okay. That's one wisdom. It looks challenging, agreed, but the key is a very good planner. Try to get a good content command not later than December, January. Okay. And see, planning is something, no, it's not a fixed thing. You planned something, you learned something, and then modify your plan. But be a thinking aspirant. This is something that's favorite to me. Your preparation should not be transactional. What's transactional? Sir, kitab bola, maine kitab pad liya, khatam. Sir said, do solve question, I have solved question, khatam. That's transactional. You are not involving yourself at a deeper depth. Okay. Let the preparation be mission oriented. Okay. You have to command of reading, command on current affairs. The mission is I must complete by January. The mission is I have to find out what my strength is in CSAT. Okay. And promise yourself in some ways. So not superficial study, not transactional study. So NCERT बोला था मैंने पढ़ लिया. Okay. सर आपने कहा था दिन में 2 घंटे करंट अफेयर 2 घंटा पढ़ लिया. Don't do that. Okay. Be a bit more committed, mission approach. And this again I say, don't just join a course. Don't mechanically attend classes. To become an IAS officer, okay, try to be involved in this. Now, I was reading some other book on motivation, a very powerful idea in that. It said, if a person is seeking motivation, very clearly, he doesn't deserve it. It's like, मुझे gardening करना है. And I'm not gardening. I want somebody to motivate me. Which basically means I don't want to do gardening at all. So no point motivating me there. If you're preparing for IAS examination, and you all know the examination is definitely challenging, okay, and you all know if you qualify the examination, what all you can do with your life, with others' life. If that idea does not motivate you, then no amount of motivation will work. आपका काम तो ऐसा होना चाहिए, you not even realize कब सुबह हुआ, कब रात हो गया, when you are tired, when you are hungry, पता ही नहीं चलेगा आपको. So if motivation is a problem, then I have a question mark on, do you really know what you have got into? So when I am saying, don't just want to become IAS. Want IAS का मतलब एक fantasy चल रहा है आपका. काश मैं शाहरुख खान होता types. Kash I was the richest man on the planet. Kash I was on the moon, an astronaut. Those are child fantasies. But if you are truly motivated, if you are truly invested in it, आपको motivation जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. And all the time we waste, looking at reels, okay, YouTube videos for motivation, that's so pathetic. Okay, so find a way or find a reason, a compelling reason कि क्यों बनना चाहते हो आप. I'm not saying that everybody who has a compelling vision will qualify. But generally, if you have a compelling vision, the work is more pleasurable. Okay, so again, don't be transactional. Have some purpose in what you are doing. And finally, this GS journey has an emotional side to it. बहुत time लगता है समझने में, time जाता है, but realize one thing, that this preparation will make you a better person because you'll understand things better. I mean, this afternoon, I was telling my team, somebody called me up and told me, sir, how to study in such a way that we want to study more? How to prepare in such a way कि हमें लगना चाहिए और 5 मिनट पढ़ लेते हैं. That's only possible when you start seeing value in the GS that you are doing. It's a beautiful opportunity. Within 1 year, you understand economy, polity, history, you understand ethics, you understand environment. Okay, you come out a very, very wise person. So do not see GS as a labor camp. Do not see GS as a torture forced on you. आपको मजा आना चाहिए. And I tell you, NCRT books are one of the most well-written books. आप एग्जाम छोड़ दो ना, बस क्यूरियोसिटी, okay, कि क्या क्या हो रहा है. I was preparing my own discussion for today, and I want to look up what is Battle of Plassey, though I knew some facts. मुझे बोलना आपको सिर्फ 2 मिनट के लिए था, but I kept on reading NCRT. What happened, then what happened, then what happened. I went into Mughal Empire, I went into Rajputs. I had forgotten that when Bengal was being threatened by Robert Clive, the Marathas were also threatening Bengal. The Marathas had come right to the doorstep. From the north again, there was threat to Bengal. Very interesting for me. I mean, I've read after a long time. So आपको उस type का involvement डालना पड़ेगा. Okay? And the process starts with your basics again. So if I summarize this process, you will require time. Don't see the preparation as suffering. Even if you don't qualify, you will definitely become more wiser person. Take that as an important incentive. Okay? So trust yourself. Lot of people who have otherwise qualified, they also qualified not because they are brilliant, but somewhere they kept on working. Find a mentor for yourself. Somebody who can guide you, sit with you, talk to you sometimes. Find a friend you can work with. It helps. Not that अगर नहीं है तो नहीं हो पाएगा. If you can find, and at Edukemy, me and our team are more than happy to be there supporting you even beyond the hours. Of course, अगर मेरा class नहीं है तो. So I have never stopped you from asking us questions. Okay? So reach out to us, trust our approach there, and try converging. Now, in this examination, interlinkages are very, very important. Polity link with governance, link with social injustice, link with issues of environment, link that with some historical aspects, converge there. Okay, converge with optional. Pick up whatever be your optional. हर optional से कुछ ना कुछ GS बनता ही बनता है. Converge there. Okay, so convergence of your preparation, optional GS, transaction. Okay, avoid get into mission approach, and this is important. Go for the ranks. Many of you give the attempt solely for trying it. ऐसे क्या try करना है? Okay, try करना है PYQ उठ के try करो. Take up a PYQ. But from now on, if you start the month of May, June, you must go for 25 rank. 25 may try getting a rank. At least give your interview if possible. Follow a process, develop your skills, go for a rank. And I believe in this. So you all can download our PPT, even you guys can. So I have a pledge written. Tell yourself, I promise myself कि मैं 1 साल ढंग से पढ़ूंगा. I pledge myself, this is my moment, my time, my desire. I am committed to work for the nation, society. It's more than a promise, it's my life. I take a pledge to keep the task and prepare accordingly. I'll invest my energy and focus every single cell of my body. I am committed with some kind of total commitment. ये आप अपने आप को बोल लो ना. Tell yourself, okay, commit yourself. अपना नाम लिख के साइन करके frame it for yourself. किसी और को मत बताओ, अपने पास रखो. But do that to yourself. आपके लाइफ में 1 साल दे दो ढंग से, फिर देखा जाएगा क्या होता है. इनसिंसियर वर्क आप 4 साल खराब कर देते हो. सिंसियर वर्क 1 साल डाल के देखो what happens. फिर देखा जाएगा जॉब है नहीं है. And I maintain this at Edukemy, and my commitment always has been, if sometime in preparation you need some help or you need some assignments to sustain expenses, please reach out. Okay. Of course, you must have some skills of either correction or content development or some mentoring maybe. If I can help you, I'll do that. Let the job not bother you. आप काम करो ढंग से. Okay. The lot of support you can give me, and I can sustain you in some ways. But make sure you don't miss out on your commitment. ठीक है? So that's your Mission 25 approach. Be desperate to succeed, and whatever support we can have for you, we'll extend to you. So thank you all, online and offline, for sitting through this. Though I had planned for 1.5 hours, I think we have gone beyond that. I know all of you are hungry and tired, but I hope I have set some orientation for you for your GS. I plan to have some more sessions focused on one subject. अभी आपको मैंने broad बता दिया. Okay. Sunil, absolutely your choice. आपको खुद पढ़ना है, आप पढ़ें, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Okay. Reach out if you think we can help you. The problem of self-study is discipline. That's all. Otherwise, the content you have, anybody can study. Sunil. Okay. If our time permits, we'll be there. Yes, the PPT will share. It'll give you a good idea. Fill up that form if you can. Okay. On the dashboard also, we can share the forms with you. We'll send a mail to you, all of you. Okay. And you'll get the PPT and plan according to that PPT if you can. Take all of you. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Okay. See all of you on the Friday session for environment current affairs. Okay, Ganesh. All the best. Okay, thanks for sitting through. Bye-bye. So offline students, you want to clarify something? Any doubts there? Any clarifications? Are you all planning for 25, right? All of you? So let nothing deter you. Okay. There was one more slide on timing, but we ran short of that and show it to you. ये 6 एरिया में फोकस करना, 6 में बोलो तो 5 करो. हिस्ट्री, पॉलिटी, ज्योग्राफी, इकोनॉमी, एनवायरनमेंट. ये 5 एरियाज आपका प्रीलिम्स पक्का निकलेगा. Okay, so from now on to December, and for each subject you need 40 days, approximately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need approximately 40 days for each of this. Like, itna kafi hai. You'll require less time for environment, not 40, you'll require about 20 odd days for environment. Okay. Ab baki the science and tech can happen while you are doing like a small courses. Okay? Plan it. The only gap, I think, gap to nahi bolenge, a tricky thing will be answer writing. But then I think we are having some session between once in a week, once in 10 days. We have some study sessions. Usme seek lena, whatever you can. Okay? Anything else you want to ask me? Or any of our team faculty here, you want to ask something? Online, any queries you have? Oh, I hope I have not switched off. I'm done. I have shared whatever I should have shared. Any queries you have? Yes. यार वही यार लिंक भिजवा दो टेलीग्राम चैनल का भी. Telegram current affairs, the journal. So we have shared with you already. Mr. Monster. Okay. I do not know what your name is. It's around Monster. I can call you Manohar maybe. Okay. हालांकि पूरा opposite है Monster and Manohar. So look up. Chat देखो. We have shared the link. ठीक है? Okay, then bye-bye. Thank you so much. Anita, Khushi, Anu, Shivani, okay, Salvation, Shaila, okay, fine. And Shashi, Ganesh, right. Shruti, Preeti, Pooja, Jyotirmay, I hope I have addressed some of your concerns. Jyotirmay? Yes. The PPT I'll share with you, Jyotirmay. I'll give it to you right now. Okay, let us know. हाँ पूछो क्या पूछना चाह रहे हो. एक बात पूछनी थी. Tell me please. What do you want to ask? There's a time lag on that. Others can leave if you want to leave, no problem. Don't hold yourself back unless you have a doubt to clarify. It's been a long day for all of you. Yes, Preeti, all our pleasure. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. First topic, you must start preparing. No, Vijay, Jyotir, not the first topic. the first source should be NCERT self-reading, and it's your choice. If history interests you, start with history. If polity interests you, start with constitution. If your interest maybe in geography, start with geography. Whatever is your interest. और ऐसा नहीं है कि geography शुरू किया तो खत्म ही करना है. Read 10-15 chapters, switch to history. So fundamentally 4 areas from NCERT. History, और history में ही 4 themes हैं. Like a modern, ancient, medieval, world history, whatever you feel like. Okay, but start a book, read 6-7 chapters, make some jottings and notes, and then switch to another subject if you think you are getting a bit bored there. What was your question? Okay, I got the message. I am Arun from Tamil Nadu. Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. Arun, we discovered your name, Mr. Monster. Okay, fine. Jyotirmay, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you after the session gets over. Bye. Bye-bye. Have a nice day, all of you.